Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for the break time. Much needed. Much needed. The hours slip by with this game. They really do. I think everybody has a lot of AFK time. Hi, Dr. J. Dr. J. Let's see. Ask for directions. I do want to get off this planet to a better color palette. I don't like the color palette on this planet. An alien monolith, though. Yeah, let's go to the alien monolith. Is it even on this planet? What have you marked for us? Off planet. Floating crystal? Oh man, well we gotta... It would be silly not to go hit up the floating crystal for some resources. What do we have? We gotta clean up this log jam. We got those weird... We had some floating crystals and then those mysterious ore balls that... We got super oxide, destabilized sodium, rare metal element, carbon crystals, chloride lattice. What came out of that? Oh wait, radiation protection module. I thought that was a blueprint we got. We didn't get a blueprint, we got an item that we could install. Exosuit. Active environments. What's the stat? Hold on. Yeah, okay. I got all excited for a minute. Blah, 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 blah. What do we want to sell here? What do we want to break down? Let's sell a stack of ionized cobalt. A few things. We got attacked for that stack of ionized cobalt. It's not worth that much. Sell 250. It's all good. I'm not trying to pin you down on it, Rex. It's okay. What else was for sale anyways? We needed the silver for anything. But the platinum, I was hanging on to a stack of platinum and gold for repairs. Even though we could sell those. What's going on here? Let's transfer that back to inventory. Take a closer look at it. Radiation protection module. Drastically improves survival times in radioactive environments. S-class, I like the sound of that. We could install it in our exosuit. New slot to install new tech. A supreme upgrade for radiation protection. Charge equipment with uranium, iron battery, or advanced ion. Uranium. Non-linear DNA repair system. How is that going to function? I wonder how that's going to function. And then the idea that we have to manually recharge it with uranium. So, oh, there it is. But the uranium that I have, that, for example, is in my ship. I'm not carrying uranium with me all the time. But I suppose if we end up on a radioactive planet, it might be worth, at that time, carrying a stack of uranium around to power that thing. Just getting rid of the ammo here. It doesn't... We'll make more later. Let's throw away. I want to look at these rares that we got. Add to the ship. Trying to sort out what's here. Starship launch fuel. Put that in the ship. Tetracobalt. Stable plasma. So out of those floating crystals and other orbs, we got superoxide, destabilized sodium, rare metal element, chloride lattice, carbon crystals, tetracobalt, and I don't know where the unstable plasma came from. These things can be sold or broken down. Some of them, if we break them down, we break down into things that sell for more. But there's also stuff there's some reason, stuff we wanted them. Is it for ship stuff? Our ship's not going to get more slots. We'll need a new ship for more slots. What was it? Multi-tool tech. Don't mind all the broken stuff. We're going to fix that with chromatic metal, and if we want to, we can spend money for extra slots. Tech modules is all we need for that. If we get a stack of microprocessors we're not using for something else, we can fix up those too. So this could eventually be a good gun. For now, it's perfectly usable, despite what it looks like. Blaze Javelin. There, that. Rare metal element. Geocannon. Tech module. I'm buying one. We're making a geocannon. That's what I needed the rare metal element for. Hopefully there's a tech module in the market here. There is not. So we could try to trade with someone who's coming in with a ship. Are there any ships that have docked? Oh, what's that? I haven't seen that configuration at the top of that ship before. Has convergence cubes, casings, residual goop, frost crystals. Iridium. Nope. I wonder if when other ships land, are they all gonna have the same inventory? Randomized. Star bulb, gamma root, it's different inventory. Good. It's a C class. That one's gonna take off before I can get there, isn't it? Yes. Damn yous! Damn yous, guys. Oh! We gotta get a ship when it's landing. With 3 different pads, I gotta move towards the ship when it's landing. Someone land a ship. You have a tech module? Come on, you're gonna have a tech module, won't you? No. Think I can jet all the way up there? Shit, oh, buttons. I screwed it up. I don't even know if we could. We can just do a normal jet? Excellent. Cactus flesh, selenium. Alright, I'm not seeing a tech module, and I wanted to make that whatever it's called. You can mine with explosives, is what it looked like to me. Let's go to that floating crystal and see what it's got. Don't mind the 3-story praying mantis. When we go off-world, that monolith off-planet, let's head there next. Kind of sick of the palette on this world. Hey, I didn't free up much inventory, did I? Ah, that's enough. Loading crystals. A lot of them. The mother load. Destabilized sodium, chloride, lattice, tetra, cobalt, rare metal elements. Chloride, lattice. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. And we're gonna get bothered a lot. Take some. I wonder if you do less to alert the sentinels if you are physically further away. Forget your mining beam, but if your body is further away, is that what they're keying off of? Because you can shoot things from really far away. Which one were we working on? They all gotta go at some point. And I need to trim my mustache. Just the upward curly hairs. They're so untamed. Ah, shit, the Sentinel was right there. I didn't see him. Go away! Go away! Terrain on this planet is a bit irritating too. There's a lot of low pad-like rocks. You don't really see them. I don't see them as I'm running unless I'm staring at the ground. But then, I'm stuck on them. Lots of stubby things.
Toxic protection falling.
Going back this way. Not yet. So the Tetra Cobalt, it was suggested that I not sell it as is, but that I refine it into its precursor, into the ionized cobalt, break it down into ionized cobalt, and sell that. And it'll sell for a lot more. Wonder if that's the case with any of these others. Like chlorine sell for a lot.
Toxic protection falling.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll find out what it is and compare a little bit. Gonna have to do a little carbon farming. I guess we won't because we got this condensed carbon. We're actually sitting on way more carbon because of what we've gotten out of some of these things. Previous ones. Like, phew. Checking inventory. Yeah, we've got 3 carbon crystals. Break those down just to use. What did I put in the silly slot I made? It was sodium nitrate, not raw sodium. Okay.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Cat's Claw. Greetings. The tech question, you say? Well, I don't know if we can help, but what's the tech question? Salvage tech. Are we going to be able to get back up to our ship any reasonable way? One platform at a time, maybe? Still look pretty high. Might be able to jet up to that platform. No Man's Sky, when you open the game, it goes to a black screen, then closes. PC, I am assuming PC, and which version? Is that Steam or GOG version? Guessing Steam. If it's Steam, yeah, you may as well verify. It's the option's there, it'll do a check. At least do that, even though you just downloaded it. Already verified. I haven't heard about particular issues, so I don't have any troubleshooting for particular issues in my head. And you probably don't want to try uninstalling, reinstalling the whole darn thing, and that's unlikely to help anyways if it's a clean install first install. I don't have much information to go on. I'd have to look around to see if that's a known issue. What have you been able to dig up? Have you done any searching? Are other people running into black screens? Unload. Okay, nobody here has tech modules. We're gonna go off world to go look at that other monolith. And check one more here. Okay, Kaj found something. If you go to the folder where the game's installed, there's an actual executable for the application. I don't know what the file name is. Might be No Man's Sky EXE, NMS EXE, something. You find that and run it as admin, right-click, run as admin. Give it a go. I can't imagine giving the game admin permissions would be dangerous, but in general, keep in mind when you do that, you know what you're doing that with. So Tetra Cobalt, 4 units would be worth. We gotta drop my. Gotta compare some things here. Nice of them to let me use my refiner in the middle of their station. Where do you find the binaries? So, Steam makes a... If you haven't changed the location where your Steam games are installed, it's probably under Program Files, x86, Steam, Common. Then I think they're in a folder called Common inside Steam. Like Common, Steam apps, and then you get a whole list of your installed games. Or am I thinking of where the data... Maybe I'm thinking of where the data files, your save games that go with your profile are installed. Sorry, I'm a little confused doing multiple things at once. Can someone clarify, someone who's actually looking it up for Cat's Claw, what's the default location for Steam game installs? I've got mine on a different drive, so I can tell you where mine are installed. I can't remember where they are by default. If we were going to break down 4 Tetra Cobalt, that would break down into 600 ionized cobalts.
Weather warning.
Something up.
Incoming storm.
Was it 10,000? So it should be about a $250,000 for the ionized cobalt that we would get from that Tetra Cobalt. About a $250,000 yeah, it's a lot more. We break it down into ionized cobalt. Cat's Claw, you found it and it did the same thing. Probably a good point for finding the game. It was in common. Memory and all that. Gosh, it sounds like it didn't work, but oh, I didn't take it out. I didn't take it out of the dispenser. All right, let's sell that. Grab a stack. Did that go down from 300 to 50? I feel like we got robbed of 50 ionized cobalt in there somehow. But look at this, it made 300, and I think I only have 1 slot in my inventory, which would hold 250. So, if it doesn't let me take it all, alright, let me take it all. That's okay. At least we got that full stack, 300. I want to save a little bit for repairs, get something that needs it in the field. Ah, gosh, right on. That might just help then. I'm gonna keep 50 units. Wait, we only got... We had already sold... That was about right. I don't know where my estimate was off, but it either wasn't off or I just got confused in the middle. It's too much stuff. This does overload my brain. There's too many information sources, pings. You need this, get this.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
So the chloride lattice, we have 6. We'd only get 37k for it. But the chloride lattice broken down. We have 2 stacks of it? We did, so a single one Chloride lattice broken down is 150 chlorine. I gotta pull it out of the machine. Pull it out of the hopper. And that 150 chlorine is worth 90k. So yeah, we break down the chloride lattice into chlorine and sell the chlorine, that's worth a lot more. So let's do it. We gotta make sure we don't fill up my inventory. We have 1, 2, 3 slots, we're good. Now, if we needed chloride lattice for crafting, I don't know that we do, but I wouldn't want to break it all down if we needed the super compressed version. I think we might need the, what was it called? Super concentrated oxygen, something? Let's hold on to that last chloride lattice for a second. We have super oxide crystals. Pretty sure they would just break down into oxygen and we can check. But there might be something that needs a super oxide crystal, and I don't have the blueprint or recipe or whatever to condense them down to that. I can make an oxygen capsule, but I can't make a super oxide crystal. Not yet. Wish I could look here at my craftables. Oh, we don't have a free slot. Guess we could. We could look at the craftables here. We just don't want to install anything here. Gen, recycle, shield lattice. Some new blueprints today. And for the ship, maybe. Economy scanner, conflict scanner, native armor, different drives. I accidentally bought that. Infra knife. Multi-tool tech. And I'm trying to make this. All we need is to buy a tech module. Can't sell these rare metal elements. Don't let me... I need to keep one for this so we can make a geocannon. There were none on the market. Alright, we'll break down the last chlorine. Sell all of that chlorine. We're getting closer to being able to afford a better small ship. I think we should aim for 8 to 10 million before we really push for ship shopping. We hop systems, we make some warp fuel and hop systems. We could rescue some freighters and try to find a good freighter for us. And buy. $537,000 for that chlorine. Yeah. Get the S-Scanner mod for the multi-tool. The money stacks up fast. Any tips on how to find an S-Scanner mod for the multi-tool? Is it predictably purchased somewhere? Hey, Daisy. How's you? Hope you're good out there. Yes? Yes? Well, talk to me. How do we get it? How do we get? Keep getting French adverts? Ha. Wealthy systems. Chronic wealthy systems usually have better stuff. The economy scanner. Daisy, I'm distracted. This game is a good distraction, so it's distracting me from answering your question. Or thinking about the answer to that question. Game is a good distraction. could find them in weapon vendors in space stations or small settlements. So I'd have to disassemble something that's in my ship now to make room for the economy scanner. Could drop the phase beam or the large rocket tubes. And that would make room for an economy scanner. Then we could figure out which are the wealthier systems. But Kaj is saying you can find them in weapon vendors, in space stations, or small settlements. We just have to keep checking until we see one. Encourage me when I'm nearby to keep looking. Where were we with breaking things down? Carbon. I want to break down some carbon for our use. You can put it in one of the normal slots too. Okay, that's right, we can, as long as we're willing to pick it up. Wait. Not all vendors have them though, but you've seen them in like every other one. Huh. Sitting on. That's cool. Just make the rest. Ah, take it out of the machine. So many in and out of the menus. Get dizzy going in and out of menus. On all of that. Keep one metal element. Got the destabilized sodium. Let's see if that breaks down into nitrate or what. I'm not necessarily going to break it down. Sodium nitrate isn't very valuable. And the destabilized sodium is used for crafting certain things. Yeah, we could get sodium nitrate out of it, but a stack of sodium nitrate's only worth 20,000. We'd get more from selling the condensed version, and maybe we just keep it for something. Chronic. These are the systems you're going to be looking for. Advanced, affluent, booming, flourishing, high supply, opulent, prosperous, and wealthy. Okay. That all makes sense. Also, to indulge my curiosity, I'm not going to break it down. Rare metal element, pure ferrite. But I can't take pure ferrite and turn it into rare metal element. I don't have either enough or the knowledge. So let's see, salvage tech. We can go spend that on our blueprint vendor right now. The destabilized sodium and the super oxide crystals. Not sure what to do with those. Sell them or save them with our limited space. Unstable plasma. I don't know. We craft that ordinarily. I can't yet craft it. Oh, there's that quantum processor. They needed a superconductor and a circuit board. And there was that other blueprint we got, needed a cryo pump and living glass. Okay, so none of the blueprints we got today need destabilized sodium or superoxide crystals. If you guys think I should sell them, feel free to suggest selling them. We use the salvage tech. We want to save at least one of these for that geocannon. We just need a tech module. Deploy the print analyzer. Yeah, Daisy, all the distractions. This game melts my brain when I think too hard. It actually does start to stress me out and hurt, so I gotta just stay mellow, slow and mellow. There's so much you can do, and it feeds into the brain's reward and demand systems so effectively that it could drive you nuts. It makes my brain feel a lot like Diablo makes my brain feel. You're just constantly pushing for the next thing. Ding, 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 ding. What's that? Is that good? No, that's trash. Throw it. Is that good? Oh, that's good. Put it in my pocket. Oh, I'm out of room. Let's shuffle it here. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. That's how Diablo makes me feel. And to some extent, this game, which can be very cerebral and meditative, also has that potential.
Item received. Item received.
And just so many buttons, so many functions, and your D-pad has nested menus in multiple directions, so if you D-pad in the wrong direction, you gotta reverse D-pad exit out, and then you realize you forgot something on the menu, so you're constantly going back and forth from one menu to another to the same menu again. Monolith. We're gonna go to the Monolith off-world. Check out another planet. Korvax, Convergence, Entity, Traveler. One, however, a very simple and inelegant one that's devoted to conversing with creatures of low intelligence. For me, a fraction of that process seems directed at me. Tell us where something cool is. No, I didn't see anything pop up. You want to teach us a word? Word of their language. The Korvax word for experiment. Okay, checking starship inventories. Just carrying launch fuel. Why do I have magnetized ferrite in there? I guess I was making room. Really, why do I have magnetized ferrite in there? Weird. The gold, there was that platinum, mordite, the pugnium. Back, we had some nav data. Keys. We can always toss these keys if we need room. If anywhere there's going to be a chest, we're likely to find more keys. At some point I may need to carry uranium in my exosuit. Alright, that's cool. We have some room in there. Want to stash anything in there? Let's stash that destabilized sodium, superoxide crystals, rare metal elements, and even that. Just keep it for now. It's not worth much. Until we need the room, I'll just keep it. Alright, inventory looks okay. We've got our basics for survival. Let's go to that off-world monolith and see what's up. Unless you want to stop at a trade post and see if we could buy the mod you're talking about. Is there a trade post on this planet nearby? Trading post. Let's see. You get high enough that we can't land. Let me tag it. These buttons are too high to initiate landing. I didn't want to land. I just wanted to tag it. You know how many times I've tried to tag something while flying over a planet's surface and I waste launch fuel because I initiate landings like 3 times on the way to something? Alright, we're going up on a parabolic, really steep parabolic arc, so we can come down on that in not 20 minutes, but 1 minute. Let's see how we're doing. We want to drop right on that sucker. Well, we cut a lot of time, but we are not there yet. I didn't go high enough. 2 minutes. Climb, 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 climb. It's really hard to visualize a steep parabolic arc when I don't have any reference. Like, is that steep enough? Don't. Fuck! At least my ship's still intact. Shouldn't be. Alright, no, I went... alright. I fucked up the parabolic arc. I went wide instead of steep. So it didn't work at all. Let's just go straight. In fact, we can pulse engine to get there. But what I was hoping to do was go like this. And instead what I did was went like this. And that wasn't gonna be effective at all. It's really hard to visualize a parabolic arc. You can't see the body you're arcing away from, or any other point of reference. So, when you say you found these at Trade Outpost, Kaj, you're not talking about just the Trade Network terminal, right? We were suggesting an NPC. Should we be looking for an NPC, certain kind? Elf repairing Heridium. How about a tech module for me? No tech modules? So what am I looking for? The NPC in space stations with a bunch of guns. Okay, but didn't you also say trade outposts? I know the ones you're talking about on space stations. We can go back to the space station. See if anybody has a tech module here. Nope, nope, nope. Space stations and minor settlements. Ah, minor settlements. Gotcha. Cobalt deposits. Huh. Well, if we did need more cobalt. Is it aiming for the monolith? I hope. Check the space station real quick. Gamma root, salt, uranium, copper. Flip! Are we just going so... Are we still going at speeds that... Why am I not clipping any of that? It's a weird looking space station. No! Fail and a half. How did the tractor beam not pull us in? I thought you just had to pass through it. Is that not a tractor beam? Is that like an exhaust port for the space station? It is. I'm trying to enter its exhaust. not bad. It explains why the tractor beam didn't pull me in, doesn't it? That'd be the rear entrance. It said no. 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 Spider, how are you, man? You were playing some No Man's Sky today, weren't you? How was that? We already bought the inventory upgrade here. Are we looking for a suit upgrade? Which one of these vendors would have the suit upgrades? This guy? You were working on base things today. Did you find a sweet garden world to make a big base on, or what are you doing with bases? I know you went nuts in Fallout with your homestead. You getting satisfaction from this? Similar? Upgrade module. All right, this is what I have not been looking at. I see what you're saying. Look at this menu on this vendor, or these vendors. We want the one for the multi-tool. That gives us more money. Scatter blaster module. Laser javelin module. Geocannon module. We're about to make a geocannon as soon as I can buy a plain old tech module. Not a sweet world, but a nice one with boiling storms. We were on one of those yesterday, a small orange moon of a big planet. And it was, I found a salvage ship that was all broken. I think you might have seen part of that. I spent the whole stream starting to fix it up, and then after the stream, I spent 4 or 5 more hours fixing it up, and I finally decided it was way too expensive and impractical to fix up, and dropped it and went back to the previous ship. But I did find a good world for repairing ships. Has a lot of materials for that. So I should do something like that. I should get a supremely powerful upgrade for my shielding. Help me survive dogfights, don't you think? Not that expensive. It's nanites, not units, but I'm buying it.
Product received.
Now we can install it in a regular slot, you were just saying. Do I really want to keep these? Am I using all of these? I don't know. And how well does it stack? We've got this neutron battery, which is 20% upgrade. Extremely powerful. We just got the supreme deflector shield upgrade. Should I dismantle that and replace it with the better one? Or do you think they stack? And if they stack, I could put it in one of these slots. Drop those keys or something. You're pushing off all ship upgrades until you get an S-class you like. Guess that's sensible, if you can be that patient. I'm trying to hold off on the free freighter until we get at least a good one. I'm gonna try not to pick up a C. We could get an A. I'm not gonna wait for an S, I doubt, unless we get lucky. But I would take a good-looking A or maybe a good-looking B. We find a freighter like that after hopping some more systems. We've only defended 2, and the one we saw today was a C-class. You're thinking they'll stack without bonuses, if not next to each other, but you should connect the shield upgrade to your shield physically. Huh? I know nothing of this. B's are fairly common, but not that much better than a C. Gosh. In the slot next to the shield above below. Well, I know, I understand. I get what you're suggesting to do, but that's a thing and it has a bonus? That's what I'm exclaiming at. What do you mean that has a bonus? What bonus? Who was gonna tell me? Spider was gonna tell me. Okay, so adjacent slots. I had no idea adjacent slots mattered for anything under any circumstances whatsoever. So you say that kind of in passing, and it's revelatory for me because I assume that if putting a shield upgrade next to your deflector shield in an adjacent slot means something extra, then that's probably not the only thing that has an effect from an adjacent slot. That's kind of mind-blowing. It's another level of this game that I didn't even know existed. So everything does. That's kind of scary. Like some of the upgrades we might put in our exosuit might do better if we put them adjacent to life support or hazard protection. This non-linear DNA repair system. Theoretically, had I put it next to hazard protection, would it have had a bonus or... Right, you're not sure what the actual numbers are, but there's a bonus for connecting upgrades to the same tech. So this doesn't show what the percentage value is. Well, it's uninstalled right now. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and try this. Put this next to the deflector shield. Okay, the slot next to the shield. Above, below, left, or right. This is below it. We don't have... This is the only adjacent slot we have access to. We're putting a supremely powerful shield bonus next to our deflector shield. And it says 40%. The one that we have in the tech slot, the neutron battery, says 20%. I have to wonder, is there an unmarked bonus for being adjacent, or would this have been a lesser value if it hadn't been adjacent? Yeah, they're outlined now. Ah, yeah, I do. I do. They both have a bold outline. So there's something going on. Thank you for these tips. I had no idea. I had no idea. Same with your missiles. So, oh yeah, because I put the large rocket tubes next to the rocket launcher. So somehow there's a bonus. Cool, man. I suppose if you had installed the hyperdrive somewhere here, then you could put bonuses for the hyperdrive next to the hyperdrive. Since I installed the hyperdrive here, yeah. We could put a bonus where that neutron battery is, but... Dallas, thanks for hanging out. Have a lot of fun, need to go. Have a fun stream. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Alright, we'll try leaving both those shield upgrades in, and we'll see how beefy our shield is next time someone attacks us. Won't be too long, because it never is. Before we bail on the station, do we have any other business here? Were we going to sell those superoxide crystals, destabilize sodium? Want to keep a rare metal element? How come I couldn't find... Check the trade terminal here. Just need a tech module. They were on all the terminals until suddenly they weren't. Check the terminal first. Tech module, yay.
Product received.
We needed the tech module to craft the geocannon.
Technology installed.
Now, adjacent things here, scanner, analysis visor, they were next to each other to begin with. But now that you've opened my mind to this stuff, and I'll have to think about all these slots in this, yeah, my gun is all salvaged. I learned a lot of things about the efficiency or lack of taking salvaged equipment and trying to patch it up. These transistors would cost us 120,000 per slot. So to open up those 4, yeah, it's going to cost us $500,000 to open that up. That one's easy enough. And these which we could grind out over time or pay for microprocessors. I'm probably not going to patch all this up. We'll find a better gun at some point or buy a better gun. Trade this one, whatever. I doubt we'll fix all this. In the meantime, it has enough room for the stuff I wanted to put in it. Echo Analyst. Can always just not do his quest. Don't ask me to feed animals. Don't ask me to feed animals. Long distance commodities, source items for the client. Do we know what he wants? Is that a mission? Build nonlinear optics. That? Why is it a mission? Craft or purchase cobalt mirror. We can tech modules, another 60k cobalt mirror might be on the market. The guy in the red booth who has gun parts also has another multi-tool. I did notice that the other day. I keep forgetting to check what they have on the wall. I noticed that yesterday. See if it's a good one. Cobalt mirror. If he doesn't have a cobalt mirror, then let's not buy the tech module either. On the wall here, got a backup molecule analyzer, Class B. Has a visor, scanner, mining beam, and a pulse spitter. There. The one who sells... Yeah, he didn't have one. He didn't have one, Kaj. We'll have to check another vendor later. Have to remake some stuff. Oh, if we were gonna buy it, but I don't think there's any reason to. I don't need it. It's really quite comparable to what I've got, except it's in good shape. I don't need all those extra slots right now. No, gosh, he didn't have that, but I went to one of the other vendors and I got a Supreme upgrade for the deflector shield and paired it with the deflector shield. At least we got that. You decide to upgrade tools, dismantle components on the old one first so you get the materials back to remake those upgrades. Good point. And we won't get all the materials back, but we get a worthwhile chunk of them, right? I want to see that monolith. Let's go to that monolith. Looks a smallish ship. I'm keeping my eye out for more small ships. I really don't want something with a big profile. The monolith wants to see you too. Well then, let's not leave it waiting. Sweet, we got a facility and everything. We went with the biggest, squarest ship you can find with S rating and all the slots. You're too much of a pack rat for anything less. Well, in theory, can't... I don't know what the smallest form factor hauler is. You're thinking with an S-class hauler, right? You could go for the smallest hauler and it would still have the same potential for slots, right?
Extreme Sentinel Planet.
Uh-oh, Extreme Sentinel Planet, frenzied sentinels and stuff. Well then, let me move before that one sees us.
Sentinel Planet.
What's it say about this planet? Sentinels frenzied, flora full, fauna copious, resources intermittent, weather contaminated puddles. Puddles. You'll fly a brick, you don't care. I like flying in third person, and I found that the camera being blocked really bugs me. Are you flying in first person by chance? I know you're not a big first person kind of guy, usually. Thought there was... Chronic, you're still looking for an S-class hauler? I had a feeling you would be, still. You would have told us if you found one. Wow, so much nav data. Let's see, you're in third for flight. It handles like poop regardless, and you try to teleport everywhere you can. Fair enough. Let's see. Ah, he has regular items. He has drop pod coordinate data. Oh, I'm buying that. That's worth 100k. A slot? He has 2 of them? That's worth 200k.
Product received.
Heck yeah. We needed a sodium diode for something. What did we need a sodium diode for? The cobalt mirror and a tech module. For that.
Product
Hubquest that
received.
wanted us to make a...
Product received.
Start with that. Just to craft a starship upgrade, didn't it? It's weird. I'm not sure I want to put anything in here right now. Available. Ablative. Yeah, they wanted us to craft non-linear optics for 11% heat dispersion. We'd want to put it here where the nav data is next to the photon cannon, right? Goes with the photon cannon. Don't we already have that? Maybe one of the ships we had before had that. That just looks familiar to me. So if we want to sacrifice a slot, we can always break it down later. I don't really care about the money we're spending. Let's try this. Install tech, nonlinear optics. It's next to the photon cannon. It says 11%.
Technology installed.
Blue, bold, they're somehow paired together. Still says 11%. So if there is a bonus from their being paired, intangible from here. Because that's a C-class, not a very good upgrade. And it's eating my slots. Don't eat my slots. We don't need to keep these keys, but I'll wait until we're squeezed. Drop pod coordinate data, let's use that so we can get some more inventory slots. In fact, the slots we're gonna get are we going for 2 tech slots, or should we go for a tech slot and an exosuit slot? You've told me to wait. Don't go for more cargo slots. We'll wait on cargo slots. We get 2 more tech slots. If I get these 2, then at least we could possibly link things up. Traveler, Korvax, Convergence, Experiment, Convergence. Sharp metal needle emerges from the palm of his hand, moves so fast that it's already inches from my forehead before I can even blink. Strange, toxic-looking goop dribbles down from its point and onto my visor. It hangs in the air above me while the entity waits for the order to plunge it deep into my brain. Holy shit, he wants to probe my brain! We can take the needle. Allow brain excavation. Refuse brain excavation. You see, we're a research subject now. It might actually be our duty to the Korvax to let them probe our brain. I think it could be an interesting experience. I've always wondered what a transorbital lobotomy would be like. This isn't quite the same. I think they're going in here. But it's really tempting, guys. It's really tempting. Have you ever wanted to have your brain excavated? For science. I receive a reward with thanks and indescribable levels of pain. Well, I got 15 nanite clusters. That's... You take damage. That is like the, These are standing increased. This is the beginning of Ghostbusters. And Venkman is shocking that guy. Bullshitting him through the test to try and get a date with the girl who's taking the test. Anyways, he's testing psychic ability, but he's bullshitting the guy and shocking him every time he gets it wrong. He's getting paid $5 to get shocked repeatedly. That's what I feel like. We just got 15 nanites to let someone drill into our brain. Hey, there's a weapon. Where'd this weapon terminal come from? Ah, C-class blaster. Don't need that. So, get out of my way. We'll use the drop pod data and get ourselves a couple more inventory slots. What are we missing? Short chromatic metal. We got to make a little more chromatic metal. Just angry. All right, let's do it in here.
Technology recharge.
We need, like, we had a small, that's fine. We had a couple units. I just want enough left over that the slot holds in our inventory. I want to make more chromatic metal later when I'm thinking about it. Right now, I just want to get into the drop pods. I get to empty the hopper. So helpful. Craft antimatter. We're gonna need the 2 antimatter. And we've got the whatever else we need. We've got it. Ooh. Signal booster. I don't know if we'd screw it up by using more than one drop pod data at a time, so let's just use one, go to the drop pod, do another, go to that drop pod. Pod located. Oh, we haven't been to the monolith. We came here for the monolith. I found this outpost. We'll go to the drop pod after the monolith. After the monolith. See, this game is just, it's distraction city. It's really hard to do anything because on your way to do anything is there are other things. Don't go away, Frenzied. Go away. Are you shooting at us right now? About to. Okay, where's that monolith? Which direction? Anyone see it? Too many waypoints, waypoints. Where's the damn monolith? There it is. Oh, that's the drop pod. Waypoints! Frigate in space. Too many shiny things to grab your attention from what you plan to do. Hey, look at that over here! Exactly. Like, where's the monolith we came here for? It's somewhere. Those things. Oh, I gotta scan those things because there are whales in the sky. There are flying sharks. Sharknado. Where'd the monolith go? The monolith can't disappear because I got a location to something else like a drop pod, can it? There it is. No, that's the drop pod again. Shoot me now. Where is the monolith? This is what I mean about too many waypoints. When I talk about part of it I can't handle. Drop pod, but what about the monolith? It was so close. It was like up the hill from this. It's. Let me get in the air. We should be able to see it. Slow down. Stop moving. Just pan around. There was a monolith nearby, and I landed only because when we came in from orbit. Come on, the monolith can't despawn on us, can it? It was fucking close. I could go crazy over this. I could go crazy of thinking that we lost something cool. That it? There's the monolith. There it is. So why? Where was its waypoint? I just spent the past 5 minutes looking for the waypoint for this thing, and we were over the hill from it. Too many waypoints. Sentinels moving around. Hello. Knowledge stone. Learn the Korvax word for dead. I don't want to learn it too closely. Polyglot. Sweet, learned 80 words. Is there a main? There's something here, isn't there? Will the Sentinel wait or attack? Shit. Not the time. Fire weapon, remove helmet, and what is going on? We're getting shot. Metal spiders, perhaps tiny sentinels run up into my shoulder and into my visor. Can this be real? I cannot be real. I start to scream and scrape away the metal spiders. Locate a portal. Korvax casing. Well, that sounds cool. What did we just do? Portal, ley line, located. What is that? What did I just do? Located a portal. Located a portal. See, we did something, and I'm so overwhelmed with information at this particular moment that I have no clue what we did or how to find out anything about it. Could there be something on our log? Is there a waypoint up in space? Is it a portal on the planet? Should I be... I have no idea what just happened. But we did something dramatic. Something dramatic. We opened a portal with the Korvax casing? Wish I knew what had just happened. I don't think we can interact with this again. We already made a choice, or can we interact multiple times? Eat it out. Korvax casings located a portal. I already did that, and I don't know what we accomplished by locating a portal. Feel free to speak up. Anyone is welcome to say, hey, Jay, a portal is. Don't go until you do this. Go, it's up here. Look there. I am confused. I would love to be less confused. The game's not helping me be less confused right now by putting spiders in my visor, or at least making me freak out and think that's what's happening. I'll wait it out. But what's with the portals? The hallucination fades. I've passed some sort of test. A reward materializes. We're now given more word. Atlas word. Atlas word. Wake. We can no longer interact with this, so I had multiple opportunities to interact with it until I solved its puzzle. And what about the portal? So we opened a portal of some sort, and I don't guess game is obtuse enough that I go to Google. No Man's Sky opened portal means what? Portals or structures can be found on all celestial bodies like planets. Let me just see. Just a teleport? It's just one of those? Is that? It's just a new teleporter? So if I go to a teleporter on a space station, there'll be a new destination opened up because I used the casing here. I could have used them both, freed up the inventory slot, and opened up multiple. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Reading this wrong. To open a portal, you need glyphs. That's all you know. Gosh, never really used one apart from the main quest. Hey, old snake. The nope. Gosh, I don't know what the nope was in response to. Chronic, remember that glyph thing you found earlier? Kinda. Yeah. Glyph at the grave. That is what's used on the portals. Each portal has a set of coordinates, with each coordinate corresponding to one of the glyphs.
Radiation protection.
I better not think about that too much. So that's, it's not kicking in too bad right now, but I am feeling that stress pull now. The game is, at this moment, not an hour ago or even, it is stressing me out because I don't understand. And when the things I don't understand start to pile up, it feels a little bit like I'm choking. Or just flailing about and I don't know what's going on. I like knowing what's going on. And frustrating when I'm lost in not understanding. Yeah, Stargate, no, Portal's great, groovy, that's fine, and it has code, yeah, Stargate. It's not any one thing that's too confusing, it's the gestalt, it's the Don't worry about that now. You'll just have to think about it later when there's time. Oh, don't worry about that now. Oh, ignore that waypoint. Oh, I know you just traveled from this planet to this planet because of this icon, but now that you're here, you'll just have to file that on the back burner for later. Don't worry, that's how it works. Boom! Ah, old snake. Yeah, that's the news. And the pain's way less. I think it was a food thing. Please keep a close eye on it. Please consider. I know you don't want to get it looked at, and if you're feeling better, you probably won't, but just don't mess around. That stuff. Glad to hear it, though, man. Very glad to hear it. Hey, hugs for you. Hugs for everyone. I get a hug, too. Ay, 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 ay. Yay, yay, yay. It's hard to have objectives in this game when your objectives just kind of go sideways. If my objective was to do something with this monolith that was sort of disarmed by the fact that we got here, I learned a few words, and something that I don't understand that relates to something else later happened. So I just add it to the list. That's okay. We'll go to that drop pod. You stupid sentinels. I think you're actually safe in here. It's kind of like a building. We have everything we need. Antimatter, yes. Ionized cobalt, I can make the rest. Suppose a bit in here, huh? Anybody checking out We Happy Few? For the record, Jay, the portals are a bit not necessary. It was the thing in the game before the player made station portals. So it was a quick travel thing across the galaxy that has sort of been depreciated by more efficient methods. Sense? Yeah, I don't mean to wig out on the portal system. That's fine. That's just one thing. Really, it's not any one thing. Any one thing can be explained and dealt with. It's like the reverse of I don't know. I don't want to keep. I live in metaphors. It's crazy. I'm going crazy. That's all. Don't mind me. I'm just crazy.
Technology prepared. Technology prepared.
So we're going for another tech slot. You have the coordinates. Theoretically, you could instantaneously travel to the galactic core. Drop pod. Let's get another one.
Units received. Radiation protection falling.
as well grab those Gravitino balls. So bright! Bright light! Bright light! Oh, come on. Fine. There are many coordinate databanks you can look up, but you personally like the planet hopping method. A lot of these things which are overwhelming now would eventually make sense. Do. It's just hard to take it all in. And the context for the new information in this game, it's not gently, logically introduced. It's just kind of like you're a caveman and someone drops a cell phone in your lap. And you're just like, huh? And the person who dropped the cell phone in your lap is just like, thanks for the cell phone. I just was looking how to make fire. Yeah, lovely. They're shooting me. I don't need your animation when I'm getting shot. Thanks. Okay. I probably needed to make more ionized cobalt. I wasn't thinking about that. I needed the other one. So we need another 40 units. Let's make it. Gee, make fire good though.
Technology recharge.
I make fire good. So we need 40. A whole stack minus a few so that I can keep the cobalt stack going.
Radiation protection falling.
I didn't notice we had the extra protection and it already drained. Wasn't even thinking about it. I installed that because we got it. We got it as a reward. I didn't have to buy it. But is it going to be worth using and charging? How much does it take? 316? Is that what we had?
Technology recharge.
I am assuming
100.
direct control.
It only took 16 units of uranium to charge. That's not bad. Woo! Greetings, man. Are you, can't be done for the day. Are you lurking from work still? Greetings, sir. You pick this up anymore? Since, trying to break out of your stuck spot? Oh, you're getting, that's right. You're really cutting loose today, aren't you? That's today? Or maybe I'm mixing the two things. You're hitting the road really soon, aren't you? Is that today? I think it is.
Technology repaired. Technology repaired.
Oh! That was Wednesday. Oh! I guess somehow I thought you were going a little longer. It was Kansas City, right?
Message coming in.
Well, how was that?
Patching it through.
Oh man, I thought you were getting loose for. Yeah, at least you got the weekends 5 minutes away. Sweet. Walking Dad, thank you for the host.
Units received. Units received.
trying to be a little bit goal-oriented. What do we want to get up to? Sacrificed some slots here today to install some upgrades. Don't need to keep, let me, for sanity's sake, let me get rid of one of those. Got these Gravitino balls. Where did all that carbon, raw carbon come from? Why do we have so much raw carbon? Let me break that down while we're here. Good evening. Good evening.
Technology recharge.
This is a good game to take breaks from, too. Other games that have a similarly short-term demand and reward system where you're constantly changing gears and doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I need this and I need that, and your stacks are going up and down and your health is going up and down, and you're just constantly managing 20 things. Great distraction, time flies by, but it's also draining. Not just when I short circuit and don't understand what's going on. Eventually it can reach a very draining threshold. Just gotta unplug before you short out. I do. Condensed carbon. Dump the rest of that carbon in there too. Try using some of that nav data to find some more interesting waypoints here, or move on to a different world. Gravitino balls will sell.
Radiation protection falling.
Does that mean that ran out again? How much time did it give us? So my hazard protection, which I refuel with sodium, didn't kick in until my extra radiation protection, the DNA repair system, was drained. We charge that with uranium. Let's do it again just to
Technology recharge.
watch it work. So our hazard system is no longer affected by the radiation on this planet as long as this is in effect. That'll drain over a few minutes. So there's no point in charging it up here. It's cheaper to charge it with sodium. To charge our regular hazard protection with sodium. But if we were on a planet with really bad radiation, or we were in a rad storm, that would be a good time to charge up that protection. We get stuck out in a rad storm and we have some uranium with us. Oddly enough, that would protect us from the radiation. The uranium will help protect us from the radiation. This is hallucinogenic plant. It has hallucinogenic bark. And looking at it, I'd have to agree. Plant was made for tripping. There's my ship. Oh, we got dogs. We got dogs! Outsider. Hey, what's up? Greetings to thee. Flying sharks are really weird. What to make of them? Let's land over here. I want to grab that copper deposit, and we can use that nav data to find some POIs. Hopefully. Sentinel force deactivated, and another one spots us right away. Sentinels. Frenzied sentinels. Irritating.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay.
Units received.
We're gonna take our second break in a few.
Units received.
Hey, next week, we're gonna have a few streams next week that start a little later. Probably around an hour or two later than they have been. Mentioning it because I know it in advance. But when I put stuff on the schedule for next week, it'll show that. It might mean that we have some few slightly shorter streams next week too. 4 hours instead of... I've been putting 4 on the schedule and then we've been doing 6. Dogs! Dogs with lasers.
Radiation protection falling.
Realize we're being pursued, but in a few seconds. There, dogs, bad dogs. Dogs that can't fly. Dogs that can't fly. Ha ha ha, dogs can't fly. Did neglect to use any copper deposits right there. Wanted to use the nav data. Let's do that first. Guess we have to make a quick takeoff. Damn, sentinels everywhere. I'm going home. Nothing with a radar pulse. And nav data. You want? I don't know. It habitable before distress. Distress was kind of interesting. Just worried we'll find another junker and I'll want to fix it up. You gotta stop me. You gotta stop me. What do you like to use your nav data for? An abandoned building. Get something there. Let me spin up this copper.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
Not bad, not bad. I know there's a few floating bits. There always are. I don't think I've ever gotten every last bit. You go crazy doing that. Should have just moved it over to the other one and set it up again. I don't think the terrain manipulator will work from this distance. Not quite.
Units received. Units received.
Gravitino balls all over our planet. Like, it's where the frenzied sentinels. Last time we were on a planet with frenzied sentinels, it was the same way. There were gravitino balls everywhere.
Units received. Units received.
Nice slide. I forgot about those. Gravitino balls everywhere. We're not missing anything if we don't get them. They're just money, and they're a decent amount of money, but we're gonna get attacked after we grab them, so we better be ready to leave. Or fight. Frenzied sentinels are going to attack us anyways. The one that was just scanning us. Wanted a piece.
Technology recharge.
Copper are we sitting on? Gravitino balls. Get rid of that extra stack. Let's just try to fill that copper stack and leave it at that. Dihydrogen jelly. Hey, go away.
Sentinel drones activated.
Bad timing. Alright, let's just grab our copper. We're not gonna just fast. Let's do this fast. Grab all we can. Tight around a bit. We can fill up that stack.
Technology recharge.
We're doing 224. That's pretty close. Okay, should be good. Drigtall, yeah, let me get back to the ship, and then we'll take that break. Where's the ship? Checking the compass. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, I need that break too. Walking Dad, you need to get some sleep. Take care, good people. See you around tomorrow or on Sunday. Yeah. Have a good weekend if we don't see you tomorrow, and I hope we do. Sleep well. I know I've been... This game is, at times, very conducive to chatting. I can stop and... Not enough fuel in launcher. That's pretty good.
Recharge.
Abandoned building. Go. Okay, how can we safely... This is a frenzied planet. If I land and don't get out of my ship, are we marginally safe? I ditched the scrapper. I spent hours after the stream working on that scrapper, trying to get it all patched up. And in the end, it was just too expensive. I didn't want to spend money on it. I was just grinding the resources, and we were going to need 1.5 million in tech boards, tech modules. It just didn't make sense. So question, if I don't get out of my ship, are the Sentinels going to leave us alone? If we're being attacked and I get in the ship, they will continue to attack. But if I don't get out of the ship, let me get out of the ship. At least let it save. I get back in the ship. They were scanning, but they stopped scanning. Let's see, does it come and scan? Coming, it's scanning.
Sentinel drone.
Well, son of a bitch! So this is not a planet I can rest on. I need to take a break, and there's no bloody pause. Does the options menu function like a pause? If I go here, is the game paused? It looks like it's actually paused. I don't know if I should trust it, but it does look like we are... It's static. We're not moving. Moving, heading towards the ground, Pause. We're not crashing. I think we're good. Drigtall, it's time for that break. Looks like you already went lurking. In your absence, the bot has built another creepy shrine, this time with pictures of Drigtall. So just so you know, the bot is on you. At least has a thing for you. So what's my plan? After the break, I'm gonna land and check out the abandoned building under duress? Maybe. Okay, I'll figure that out after the break. See you all in a few.